Hello there, people of the internet. My name is Brent, and today we're going to be looking at Gizmeks. Currently, there are 5 cards in the series, 3 of which are already released here in the US, 1 of which is being released in Eternity Code next month, and the last one being released in Rise of the Duelist in August. Some of them are good. Some of them, not so good. Out of the 5, 3 of them have seen competitive success, that being Orochi, Kaku, and Ouka. So let's go over what they do. The effect of Orochi is, if this card is in your hand or graveyard, quick effect, you can banish 8 cards from the top of your deck face down, special summon this card. You can banish 3 cards from your extra deck face down, then target 1 face-up monster on the field, destroy it. You can only use 1 Gizmek Orochi, the Supertron Sky Slasher effect per turn, and only once that turn. Orochi sees plays in Orca's decks because it is a dark machine type that can summon itself so that you have 2 monsters for combos. It also sees plays in Grand Maju decks because it banishes cards to boost Grand Maju's attack. Next, for what Kaku does, if a monster is in the extra monster zone, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can target 1 face-up monster in the extra monster zone, equip that face-up monster to this card, max 1. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can special summon 1 of your monster cards equipped to this card. You can only use each effect of Gizmek Kaku, the Supreme Shining Sky Stag, once per turn. Kaku sees play in Salamangreat decks because it's a fire monster that can special summon itself if there's a monster in the extra monster zone, which is almost a guarantee because it's Salamangreats, and that's what Salamangreats do, allowing for more link plays that require fire monsters. It also sees play in dinosaur decks because it just so happens to be at level 9 for True King of all calamities. And both of these decks will use the equipped effect for either more link plays or just do more damage to their opponent during the battle phase. And it's just a very versatile card for both of these decks. And lastly, for Ouka, each time your opponent normal or special summons a monster, inflict 300 damage to them. You can only use each of the following effects of Gizmek Ouka, the Festive Fox of Fasunid. I'm not sure if I'm reading that correctly. Once per turn, if a monster is special summoned from the main deck, except during its damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, special summon 1 monster from your hand or deck whose attack equals its own defense, with the same attribute as that monster. I had originally had this video all thumbed out, and my summary was that Ouka was too specific in what it does, but because Ouka is seeing success in Simo's Crush Card Cup, I had to reshoot this video. As Simo pointed out, Ouka is being used as a counter to combo decks that use Vibrex, like Adamanticators. How this counter works is when your opponent uses Vibrex's effect to special summon from the deck, you use Ouka's effect to summon itself and target Vibrex, to summon the Barrier Statue of Torrent, thus locking them out of their combo. There are ways out of this, however, like if your opponent already has Dark Ruler No More in their hand. If it's Adamanticators, they could also negate it if they already have Guardian on the field. It's kind of gimmicky since it only works on the first turn, but if you see it, then cool! Now, what about the other 2? Yata and Kuramitsua. Yata is too niche in order to use in a lot of decks. What it does, you can special summon this card from your hand by tributing 1 normal summoned monster. You can only use each of the following effects of Gizmek Yata, the Gleaming Vanguard, once per turn. During your main phase, if this card was normal or special summoned this turn, you can immediately after this card resolves, normal summon 1 monster. If you do, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except monsters with that same original type as that monster. If this card special summoned by its own effect is tributed, gain 2,050 life points. I've tried using Yata a couple times in ABC, but it's still better to go into something like Solar Windjammer and normal summon Bee-Buster Drake to go into something like Platinum Gadget or Union Carrier and not eat up another summon with Yata. And its life point gain is nowhere near relevant. Yata is mostly okay, but it locks you out of other types of that turn, so you can't go into plays like IT Masquerena or Appaloosa. As for Kuramitsua, there is some potential for it. What it does, you can pay 1,500 life points, destroy all monsters on the field special summoned from the extra deck. Also, you can attack with only one monster for the rest of this turn. You can only use each of the following effects of Gizmeks Kuramitsua, the Draconic Deluge Divinity, once per turn. If 2 or more monsters that were special summoned from the extra deck are on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card in your possession is sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card, you can banish one monster from your opponent's graveyard, then gain life points equal to its attack. This card has a Judgment Dragon-like effect, except it only works on specific types of monsters instead of the entire field. And its summoning condition is entirely reliant on how many cards are special summoned from the extra deck. It can be used as an extender for combo decks as long as you're not locked into a certain attribute or type. And Kuramitsua does not lock you into a specific type like Yata does. Its stat line is not bad either, being at 2950 for both attack and defense. But only time will tell, since online tournaments are not allowing cards from Rise of the Duelist into their tournaments. Each Gizmek seems to be situationally useful. Some of their effects are super mediocre, like Gizmek Yata, while others have an incredible amount of usefulness, like Gizmek Orochi. What I'm curious about is for what they do with the wind attribute Gizmek. Will it be as useful as Orochi and Kaku, or will it be mediocre like Gizmek Yata? Or will it look mediocre on the surface, but actually be really useful in competitive play? Thank you all so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button down below, and hit that bell icon to get notified of all of my doings here on this channel. Stalk me on social media. My name is Brent. I am Weird. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.